Anyone is welcome to jump in with a recap from their character's perspective or add in what anyone else has said.
I did the last recap, so I'm let someone else go this time.
I think Brunhilde and Abbott did the one before that.
So what about you,
Kelp
Petunia?
did it.
Why don't you step up? Let's go.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
You don't even
Oh,
smoke
no.
pot.
But I eat stuff.
You eat stuff? Okay.
That's true. That's true.
All right, so where did we start off? We started off at we're in town.
Yeah, you kind of had wrapped up on the battle scene, doing a little bit of healing and help, a little bit dealing with the horses before you had moved on. There were some visions shared as far as the meeting made with the mercenaries that you're able to later confirm.
We
I'll
had
let you get into.
a prisoner that we went and interrogated for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And that was entertaining to a certain degree, a little disturbing to a certain degree, but we did get some information out of him of where the location of the where we needed to go next, and we ended up taking his life. And what's her name? Not
Cudgel?
Trader McGee.
No, the lady. She's really pissed, and because Brunhilde was really sweet and nice to her the whole time.
Cudgel?
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah, that was Cudgel.
Yeah, your best
Yeah.
friend. Yeah, they're besties now. And
yeah, River and Becklin didn't have so much of a confrontation as Cudgel just really got it from her fellow dwarf.
I think so.
we have standards, and she's not meeting them.
So then we moved up and saw the. Did we go to the camp? Did we meet the army?
No. Well, we
No.
saw.
You-
We
We
snuck
saw
in.
them,
You
yeah.
had observed them, and
Right.
then we're kind of making your way back. Derek kind of pushed for a stop nearby in order to replenish the horses and just kind of catch a rest because, of course, you guys have been going all day, and it's now the middle of the night, so
We did
you
talk.
just wanted to kind of catch a breather there on your way back.
We talked Arno out of a suicide mission, which was nice of us.
Aye, it was. Good
Yeah.
looking out.
Yeah, looking out for our good man Arno. And we're coming back, and we needed to stop and take a break, and then we're getting a surprise attack, sort of. They walked upon us is probably the better term for that.
No. They were proud and very much in the open. They made no moves to try to hide themselves. A lot of confidence as they are approaching, but no one yet has made introductions. But everyone is presently aware of each other. The firelight is flickering off of the walls of this little kind of canyon, if you will, just enough to see them on the fringes. And they are carrying their own torches. The humans are. So
Okay.
themselves. I didn't want to, so I started to apply the dynamic lighting to this to make it all dramatic and nighttime scene, but it takes away from being able to see like the waterfall and stuff, and it just kind of was coming out wonky, so I stopped doing that.
Yes.
If you guys are into that sort of thing, I can definitely endeavor to add it. And I wanted to. It was kind of looking cool, but at the same time, I felt it just took away on this map specifically.
No, dude, you're fine. That happens, dude. You're fine. All good, brother.
It is cool, certain instances using that.
I know.
digress.
Definitely.
I'm guessing this fire is producing the same amount of light as a torch would.
A little bit more.
A little
you have
bit
a
more?
pretty good size. Yeah, it's actually burning out. I mean, I don't want to call it like a bonfire. You haven't really had enough time to get like a huge thing going there, but it's a sizable one. There was plenty left around.
Okay.
Well-
And hidden in this little nook here. Derek didn't hold back. He just kept adding to it. He's pretty shook. So in him creating the fire, it's kind of his way of just being distracted, and he really went all into it.
Before initiate, Arnold's gonna grab his weapon. I'm gonna walk forward, a couple spaces forward, stab it in the ground.
Yeah.
Call
and at
out
the same
to
time,
him.
they're of course approaching a little bit too, so you've got
Yeah,
kind of
that's
a double
fine.
move here.
I'll call out to him and be,
Did you just stab your beautiful sword into the ground?
yeah, I did.
Wow.
And I'm gonna call out to him and let them know that we're not looking for any trouble. We're just looking for a place to rest. It's best if they just pass on, because if they're looking for trouble, the only trouble they're gonna find is 6 feet in the ground.
Wow.
As he's walking up to, I'm gonna cast Bless.
So an extra note. I went through on everybody's character sheets, and there's a toggle box you can click for global modifiers. So on everybody's character sheet, you'll see a box you can check so that when you make your rolls, it will automatically add your bless to it.
Oh, no shit. That's awesome.
There's another one for what's the other, guidance, and then like sneak attack can be added, that sort of thing. Like all the global modifiers, the defense thing, stuff like that.
I
And
just see
more things can be added
in here.
Let me check, because it should have.
Are you talking about on D&D Beyond?
No, actually, I'm talking about on
Yeah.
Roll20.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I was
That's
just
my
making
bad.
sure Levi understood.
Oh, yeah, I just see guidance for like a checkbox.
So on Brunhilde's sheet, under your saves, or under the boxes that have your attribute bonuses, will be a box for the global save modifier for Bless.
Oh, I see.
And
it here.
then under your weapons for rolling their attacks, it'll have a global attack modifier. There's a box 1d4 for Bless. It'll be right above your rage modifier.
And then if you want to keep it where it's just on D&D Beyond, you can set up a hotkey where you can just push a button and it'll add 1d4 to your whatever roll you make.
See, that's super awesome. I know nothing about the integration of Beyond, so pardon my ignorance in that.
I see it here. Yep, I got it. Okay.
All right, and so Arno, Petunia, and Jacques will receive the bless.
I was gonna
Do I roll for like intimidation or anything, or persuasion, or?
As of yet, everybody's kind of responding in this moment.
Okay, I just figured out. Yeah, I'm just asking. You're good, brother.
And you will definitely get that if nobody else is kind of taking a move/response. Yeah, go ahead.
I think Jacques might not move up as far, but if they respond to Arno in a diplomatic manner, Jacques would like to also like respond to what they say. But if they respond in a hostile manner, then I will not try and talk to them.
All right, that's fair. So while there's some shuffling going behind, officer steps forward with a chuckle, crosses their arms. You offer bold, being as that you're surrounded with high walls. We're your only exit. You know, of course, the Dragon Army is always accepting new recruits. He kind of looks you up and down. It's a very pretty sword you have. I'd be willing to put in a good word for you with command. All it would cost is that. And now Brunhilde steps up. You see the crossed arms drop.
What's the pay to join the Dragon Army?
Scoffs. The pay is in service to the Great Queen, of course. But we make sure that our soldiers have free reign of spoils. First in line tend to be the richest, if they can survive.
No bonuses. Hard cash every day.
You'll be well fed.
I'm going to slap my big hairy tummy that he obviously can't see and say, I'm already well fed.
He chuckles, looks back at the other soldiers. They kind of chuckle, being given permission. And then he turns back.
I'm going to step up next to Brunhilde.
Oh,
look menacing with him or her.
are you picking up your sword or are you leaving it in the
Oh,
dirt?
no. I would. Yeah, Arno would definitely never leave his sword behind. I was just stepping around like, don't come any closer type of thing, or
so
I'll kill you. You know.
With your words and your challenge, Brunhilde coming up, so you're being a little bit more intimidating. Brunhilde is being more accommodating. So if you wanted to kick it up a notch to try to intimidate them out, you're certainly willing to do so. But at this point, it's a little bit kind of a neutral situation. They haven't yet been encouraged to leave you alone.
So no set pay and dubious food is not really an offer Brunhilde's interested in. Do they want to trade? Brunhilde needs a few supplies for cooking. So we're gonna play this like as casual and cool, like we're just some nice people that have met in the woods. You know.
I'll let Brunhilde take the lead. I'm just the muscle at this point. That's fine with me. That's all I want to be.
Do they want to join us to camp for the night?
You say, "Oh, we got word. Some people tromping about in these woods here. You wouldn't be happen to be coming from the east, would you?"
No south.
From the east.
Can I please get a deception roll from Arno?
Yeah, I'm amazing at that. You ready?
I am definitely ready.
There you go. That's
You are
not bad.
amazing.
And I have bless. What's up, bro? 21.
Beautiful. Says, "Oh, you guys are coming up from the south." Well, kind of chuckles. Says, let's just say you don't want to be traveling that way." Kind of looks back at his guys and says, "Listen, we're not traders. We're on duty. We're scouting the area. We got report that you guys were in the woods here." Looks over, kind of back behind Arno and Brunhilde. "You guys, you want to reconsider? Come north, west, join us. Could use the muscle. You look pretty formidable." He's looking up Arno and Brunhilde up again. Definitely got room. There anybody else out here? Just you guys?
Like Arno and Brunhilde, or the people that are around the fire, or like other than
He's
our
asking.
I think he's meaning like other parties.
Right, yeah.
group? No,
He's
like,
definitely taken in the people in the cabin.
not that coming from the south, we haven't really seen anybody.
So they can see all of us?
Yep.
Probably.
All right. He gives a whistle.
Oh, yeah, they can definitely
And-
see you guys because you're on a giant fucking campfire. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. He gives a whistle and kind of waves his hand. You can see him kind of looking up. Of course, it would really only be Arno and Brunhilde who could see his inflections that much. But he kind of gives a wave up to the what looks like to be up and above behind you guys. And you see that there are a couple other scouting groups.
Can I get a surprise action? Because once I hear that whistle and see his arms go up, and I know.
He's waving them off. He's not taking aggressive action.
Oh, okay. I thought they were jumping us.
They were ready to, but you can tell he's now waved them off. So now that those of you, particularly Abbott and Kelp being the closest, you can kind of hear up on the cliffs above you a shuffling of metallic armor. You hear sheathing of weapons. And the officer stands in front of you and says, "These lands are going to become dangerous. I'd hate for you to find that out the hard way. If we meet again, let's hope it's under the banner of the Great Queen and not under my sword."
Well, let's hope you pay better next time we meet. I do have 10 torches if you want to trade for those. You might need them if you're walking around the night. You don't want to fall over.
With that, he kind of sighs and shakes his head, and you can tell he was kind of expecting, like, oh, this looks like an adventuring party, but they're just idiots who are trying to trade with me, and they're not even standing their ground. All right, he doesn't even respond to your offer of a trade. He just clicks, turns about, his back to you, waves his arm, and signals for his troops to vacate. They're on their way, off and about. Above you, again, you hear the clatter, armor, forces moving away, back on with their lives.
Well, that
So
was
Garrett
what are we cooking
lets
for
out
dinner?
an audible sigh. Says, "Wow, guys, that was close."
What was
Yeah. Turns out, I won't talk like super loud just in case there's people still listening. I'll say, well, at least we know who hired those mercenaries. Seems to be these guys, and whoever this dragon army is.
And they also warned you not to head west because things are going to get warm.
Which is where Vogler is, right?
Yes, it is. And of course, you can pick up the pun of warm, fire, dragon army, etc. Like it's
Yeah.
They're big dum dums.
oh, I.
Well, that was disappointing. I had torches to sell. Did you guys want to buy some torches?
Are you asking me?
Whoever, yeah, I got 10 torches that I don't need. I can see in the dark. So, do you want to buy some torches right now?
I can see in the dark too. And
That's super annoying.
I'm sorry. I also have a handful of torches that I could part with.
Maybe you guys
just
could trade.
rummaging through your
Hey,
bag. What's all
wait.
this?
Maybe
You
if
could
we
take
come.
his suspicious green torches.
Yeah. Do you want my torches, Brunhilde? Maybe you can sell them to the next town we come in, or trade them for supplies for cooking for the company or whatnot. Like
Arno's torches are literally from another world.
Yeah.
I don't take charity, so no thanks.
Oh, it's not chair. I'm not trying to give you chair. I'm just trying to pitch in to help the group out, to show you my. I'm trying just to feel like my worth and that I'm a team player.
Yeah, you have been helping immensely. I think we're good for right now. Do you want some food?
Please, I'm always hungry.
I'm gonna scorch my pan because it's got some smushed bandit on it. So we'll just scorch that off, and then I can cook you up something real nice.
Can we scrub that off?
No, the fire does it. It's all about the seasoning. You gotta have all the layers of seasoning. It's really important.
I don't want to be rude, but that might make me sick, because where I come from, that's very wrong to do, to eat anything that has any part of sentient remains on it.
Oh. Well, you enjoyed the mushrooms just fine, though.
Were those people?
No. It's just all the layers. There's layers and layers of deliciousness here that just gets baked in.
I did enjoy your mushrooms, but they weren't people. So
wait. Yeah, they were people by the time we're done.
They came off the same pan, though, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Or did they come off Jock's pan?
No, it's all of my pan. That's the magic of cast iron. You just keep building layers.
Arno's looking around at everyone to see if anyone else is to see what everyone else's face looks like.
No, so
or if he's the only one that's
that pan in the fire till it's glowing, and then drop it in the stream, and then bring it back out, and there's nothing. It's just ash. There's nothing.
You know what? You know what, Brunhilde
is visibly disgusted.
All right. I'm gonna look over at Darrett and I'm gonna say, no, don't be disgusted. I'm gonna look at Brunhilde. I'm saying, since you're my best friend, besides Abbott, since you're my best friend here, I trust you. Oh. So I will eat whatever you cook out of that pan.
Oh, perfect. Well, the pan, you look at it, it's just.
It's amazing. It's
ash. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay.
So,
Arno, If it makes you feel better, I'll prestidigitation clean it up for you.
Oh no!
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Took all the flavor out of the pan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He
he'll
can
make it
add.
like
He can
new.
add whatever flavor he wants. He can make
Well,
like pizza.
It's cast
Brunhilde
iron.
doesn't like filthy magics on her pan.
You can clean it without, ruining the seasoning.
And I'm a man that is not. I will never know magic. So, like, I want to stand by Brunhilde, and it's like a home cooked meal. And I haven't had one of those since I've been
Petunia's
here.
got you covered.
Yeah,
Okay.
she'll just nature prayer over your food.
Thank God.
Ooh, Petunia's offering also a purification here at the campsite.
Yeah, you guys. Bunch of
Hey, Arno, can I get a perception check?
Oh, of course.
And also, too, just a free reminder for you guys, it's been a while since you've had an opportunity to bathe, and you went through a pretty hardy battle and have been tromping in the woods and stuff. There's a pretty nice waterfall here. Perfect location for that. I know Abbott has like an impulse to engage the waterfall, but kind of a great opportunity for everybody.
That's
And then, again, kind of like the other one, I don't know if Bless actually will affect like a skill check. Kane mentioned that he didn't think so.
No, it's
Seems
just
like it'd be just for the saving throw and your attack.
yeah.
Okay. Just to confirm. That being said, Arno, you can see just a couple. They're not super big ones. They're not the best, but a couple of those mushrooms you're looking for on that tree right in
Oh,
front of you. They're small,
yes.
but because you have a specific eye out for it, a couple little ones there.
I'm gonna
Just in
come
case.
back and ask who's really good at handling things in nature. Like, I'm not the best survivalist, but I found something that I would really like. Could I?
That's a silly question, a little bit. But yeah.
No.
Is Petunia
You don't
Petunia
understand how
currently
these
in
mushrooms are refined.
regular form? Is Petunia taking an
Yeah.
animal form out here in the woods?
No.
Okay, just double checking.
I would also like to look for bones, like animal bones or something around.
That I would say would be an investigation of the scene here while food is being prepared and people are kind of hanging out. And Brunhilde, were you actually making a formal
Yeah,
meal here
I'll
for
do some
everybody?
some roast nuts. Maybe heat up some small bits of meat or whatever. Some travel rations that are warmed over the
Nice.
fire. Nothing wild, but something nice and hot and flavorful.
All right. And Petunia got an amazing roll. And are you just looking general animal bones, kind of?
Yeah, because I want to make some more darts.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So on the waterfall that has its own pool past the tree, you see a place where it looks like a predator has left just the carcass of a couple animals. So they'd be small game, looks like rabbits or badgers or something. But you do see within the last week or so, roughly, the decomposition is happening. So you do have to kind of clean off some bits that are still there, brush some bugs. But you've got some fresh animal bones for you there.
Oh, you're making your darts?
And plentiful. Yeah.
Nice. I also had a question for Josh too. How much, and I don't know how concentrated, of these weed gummies that are in this jar are we having to dole out? Like how many? I don't know how you measure that. Ounces, grams?
Grams.
Yeah, so definitely out of game, Ray will be better at answering those measurement questions.
gotcha.
I'm just a consumer. I'm not a peddler.
Okay.
Outside of that, you used all of it. So
It's
out
usually-
of game, those are going to be incredibly super potent, especially for somebody who's never had them before. Even if a character in the Dragonlance world was a regular smoker, this is an alien strain entirely. So
And
it would still have first time use, incredibly devastating effect. Devastating your smile and your appetite, I mean. Nothing. detrimental
All
in
right,
such
all
another
right.
way.
I don't know how much you gave Brunhilde, but it all went into like a mason jar.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
If Brunhilde can make a survival check for the meal you're cooking your compatriots here.
Nom nom nom. That's actually a 19, 20, 21.
Nice.
21.
Fantastic meal. This might be the best meal that Brunhilde has been able to serve the assembled party. I don't know if there's any reservation from Abbot Jacques or Arno, who have encountered a less than awesome preparation before. But here at the campsite, no sabotage, familiar setting, trusty pan, meal comes out divine.
That is nice.
It must have been the unfamiliar cookware. I knew it was just extenuating circumstances.
Thank you. Or maybe my my flavor layer had gotten low.
Yeah, I needed to beat some bandit with it.
Oh, that's gross.
But yeah, I will take Josh 2's advice here and go have a bath. Actually, probably over here.
How long are we chilling here for?
We're doing a long rest, right? Because if we are, then Arno's going to chill with Darrett.
So essentially, what that would entail is if you guys were to camp here overnight, then you'd be able to get up and leave in the morning and be able to make it. If you did a full long rest, you're going to be kind of encroaching daylight hours, so you'd be arriving in town a little before noonish.
No, I think we need to do a short rest and
10-ish or so.
book it for town, is my opinion.
Okay.
We gotta warn people of this army and get an evacuation started.
I agree.
Yep.
Oh, I think we should push on then. I don't even think we should rest. We should just push the fuck on.
Darrett wanted to rest.
Oh, okay.
He's a tired boy.
He does not object to just the general conversation of the party here. He does not mind heading back now because the horses are well to go. You guys have had a chance to eat a little bit, and you can tell he's a little bit spooked. I think the arrival of those scouts. He keeps looking up on the hill to see if they're there. You can tell like both sides. He just kind of keeps whipping his head around.
Well, do you think we've been here for like close to an hour already?
I would ask Brunhilde how long it would take for her to both prepare a meal of that quality and then also get a bathing.
I would say at least
to an hour.
At least an hour.
Yeah.
Right now.
Agreed. But I personally take long hot showers like an old lady. So for like me, it would be like a couple hours to take to like get a nice meal and get all fully clean. And I don't have a long, beautiful beard to comb out.
By the way, 2.0, when you were talking about showers and everyone's stinky, yada, 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 remember,
Yes.
Arno was the only one who was going to go jump in the ocean, but then two people precipitated me into smelling like pomegranate.
Oh, yeah.
Arno's always been beautiful.
Agreed.
I did some bathing over here when I was over here.
No one noticed because you're a child, so we're all doing our own things because none of us want to look at a kid.
Oh no.
Jacques would ask Kelp to like clean his uniform because he saw him do that to Arno.
Oh, Kelp, you could make money on this. Do like a silver a clean.
You what now? What are you asking for?
Prestidigitation.
On what?
Like my uniform and stuff like that.
You want me to shine it up for you?
Yeah. You
All
can do
right.
it magically.
See,
Oh.
your parents are in the wrong business. You should just be like a dry cleaner.
Not a bad idea. Yeah, you can just sit there and cast it all day long. I will definitely.
Between the two of us, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get the front, I'll get the back. We'll get them all spiffing clean.
You guys are just some beautiful souls, okay?
Uh-huh. I'll get a rag out and act like I'm cleaning as I'm casting, so it looks like I'm actually doing something. Spit shine.
And is Abbott, is he submerged in that waterfall?
Oh yeah, my clothes are all neatly folded up on a rock and stuff, so he's all
Ooh.
starkers and whatnot, because he genuinely really friggin' hates being wet and water, like especially cold water, but just being wet in general.
Oh, yeah,
But he's got the bathing compulsion thing, so it's like hold breath, go in, he does his thing, kind of
He's
lets the
above.
water beat on him, and then runs over to fire and just toasts.
Jacques will give Kelp and Kane a silver piece each for helping him out.
Aw.
No, my pleasure.
I don't need your money. It's all good. You can return the favor someday.
Yeah.
Someday I'll need help.
Okay.
Just tell your friends about our dry cleaning business.
That's right.
Okay.
Spit and
Kelp and
Shine is
Kane
the name
dry
of our yeah, Spit and Shine. It's the name of our business.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to suit up again.
Oh yeah, I would help anyone put on armor or anything that needs help. Or if someone else is helping, then I'll take the time to talk to Dara, and I'll like talk to Dara about meditation if he's ever done it, and go into a deep explanation on why it's good for him and how I learned how to do it through like elves.
Meditation is a completely new thing being taught to him, and in your initial conversation, he can't get over the fact that you just sit there. He's just grasping that first part, like, so what you do is nothing.
ADD kicking in.
It's in a sense, it's like that, but it's not at the same time, because you when I meditate, I like to reflect on past battles or training methods, or envision myself fighting an opponent that I believe may be stronger than me, and how to go about ways of defeating him, and to see the outcome of my failures if I do things wrong. And it helps keep me sharp and my senses focused.
He says, "Oh, I get it. Yeah, no, I daydream all the time. Sometimes I just stare out the window and yeah." Again, he's not really getting like the formal kind of ritual of it.
There's another practice to the meditation, and that's when Arno pulls out a blunt, and I say, "We smoke this while we meditate."
He kind of leans in. He's like, "Some of the guys at the dock do that, but Becklin, she said not to partake. She said it dulls your senses in battle." And he kind of whispers a little quieter, and it's always the smelly people and the bad ones that usually, you know. And then he kind of backs off, and he's like, "I mean, not to say you're great, Mr. Stone." And he's kind of like caught in that, like, "Oh, I wasn't trying to insult you."
No.
But he has an impression of the those who partake in the inebriants.
Evil.
He doesn't drink ale when you guys have shared meals and stuff. The first time you saw Becklin drink was when you guys were prior to the interrogation, but it was a hard day, so you understand.
I think there's many uses for it, and some people abuse the use. Some people like to abuse the use of it, and that's the smelly ones and the bad people that you see down at that. But look at me, I smell good, look sharp, beautiful. Look at all the women that love me. Not to mention, how many people have you fought blindfolded that are still aware of what's going on and parrying every attack like it's nothing? Okay, I was stoned out of my mind when I was doing that. Maybe that's why I was able to sense your attacks, because I was on another level of existence as well, you know?
His eyes kind of get bigger. He's like, "Oh."
There's a whole method to it. You just got to keep your mind open.
Dear Highwater's going to join the Drunken Masters monk group.
He observes too. When you mention that, he's like, "Yeah, and your buddy Abbott, he's super clean too."
And we come from a whole family that smokes. It's actually our trade.
It's like, huh.
It just
You should maybe let Becla know about that because she definitely doesn't think that. But I can see what you mean.
I'll just say to think about it this way, right? So all that sort of stuff lowers your reflexes and your battle abilities, right? So if you do all that sort of stuff when you're not in battle, and you don't if you do all that stuff when you're not in battle, then you get in battle and you're sober, it'll be like you're moving super, super fast and you'll be able to go like process everything really quick because you won't have that block on your brain. You'll be like, holy crap. You know what I mean? Like strength training
I'm gonna look
for
at
your brain.
I'm gonna look at Darrett and go, I'm confused too. But
No, Darrett is actually very transfixed. It's a moment where, like, when the quiet one talks, everybody kind of listens. Like, oh, this might actually, like usually it's the rare. If they have something to say, it's going to be significant. So he's actually completely transfixed and taking it in very seriously, absorbing Abbott's words, and you can tell that he's sincerely absorbing that.
Abbott, he does generally stay a bit more sober than Arno, but he'll have his fixed times, like usually dinner every day or whatever, when they first get into a town and stuff, where he'll get trashed. But then the rest of the time he won't. He just likes to have it as a safe time because he doesn't want to get jumped while he's juiced.
Abbott's gonna live 200 years longer than Arno, so Arno's got to get enough in to keep up with him, That way, when he goes out, he felt like he had enough.
All right. Well, during the course of the exchange, looks like Brunhilde snuck off back to the waterfall again, or is she?
Is that a cave?
Oh no, alas, that's just shading, cross stitch shading, and it's the only part on the whole map, good eye, that has that style of shading. Props for checking it out, but alas, no, unfortunately, not a secret cave there. It looks like it should be. I didn't notice that until you just pointed it out, and I'll tell you what, had I noticed it before, it would have been. I'm very sorry about
That's
that.
okay. Oh, no, I just was like, hey, wait, that looks very different, but no worries.
It totally does, and I can't believe I didn't notice. It's just awesome that you did have sight on that.
I would like to craft some darts.
Okay. Everybody at this point, you have had time because there was feeding and bathing and stuff. You would have had time to make just go ahead and roll a d4, and you'll have had time to make that many. Right now, everybody's kind of breaking camp, getting ready to head back to town.
Not the big set.
So you didn't have a lot of time to. Okay, so most of the time was spent actually getting the bones clear of all the icky, all of the bugs and decomposition from their beautifully rotting corpses. So you do have plenty of extra stock of material to make more once you're more situated.
Okay.
But you do have one that came out pretty well.
I have 4 now.
And she is super deadly with those, so the more you have, the better.
Yeah. We don't want you not to have them.
Alrighty. Well, it's definitely the thick of night as you guys make your way back to the now quiet and not festive village of Vogler. You do notice upon approaching the gate that they actually do now have a couple of their militia people. One of them has their arm in a sling. and the other one just a little bit bruised on the face, but otherwise fully limbed and alert. And you can tell they pull their arms, but at their approach, they recognize you guys and give you a nod to pass inside. No words are shared. Still a very solemn, somber tone settling over the town here.
Does this gate close?
It can, but you would have to take time to actually dig out the shrubs that have kind of grown over the bottoms of them and stuff. It wouldn't take too long, but it would be, like an hour or two of clearing it out, making sure the hinges work, that sort of thing, because as you can tell, it's been probably decades since that gate has been closed.
Petunia would help clear the brush.
Yeah, Brunhilde would like to tell Arno that it would be super beneficial to everyone if he moved all that brush out of the way.
Well, we should probably
Not a problem.
talk to Becklin first, or
Well, you guys go
Mayor
talk to
Raven.
Becklin. Brunhilde said it's really important I move this brush, so I'm gonna do that.
I'll ask the guard where Mayor Raven and Becklin is.
They say, the last I knew, they were still at the Brass Crab. They gave us instructions. There are some of us who are kind of out patrolling a little bit on the outskirts, but I do believe that they have settled in for the night. They were planning on having people meet up in the morning at the inn there, probably at daybreak. I know she's eager. Chances are Becklin will be up early, and Raven usually about the same time, especially on a morning like a day we've had today.
So is it like 6 o'clock in the right now, or?
Right now you'd probably be looking like 2 to 3 in the morning.
Okay.
There was a ladder down into the town from here, right?
There was from the festivities as far as an easier way for people to be able to get
Was it like
down
a temporary
from the.
fixture or a permanent fixture?
It's sturdy but temporary.
Okay. Is it visible? Is it still up?
It is.
Kane.
Yes.
You know how I went with you to save that guy and ended up killing monsters for you instead?
Yeah.
I will let you balance the books by destroying that ladder over there.
Okay.
Okay.
Right now, or am I waiting for anything?
Immediately. The quicker you can do it, the
Immediately.
Okay.
Amazing.
Gonna point my finger gun towards it and Eldritch Blast.
Oh, nice. And it's a stationary object, so it's not difficult to finger blasty it. And so the pieces of it shatter apart. There are still a couple pieces that are hooked to the top of the cliff where it was just more soundly constructed. But the rest of it, I mean, it's not at all functional. There are just some of the brace pieces at the top that remain.
Is it wood up top there?
Yes.
Okay, I'll save those for just in case.
That's a neat trick.
Yeah, I been learning how to finger blast.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would pick up some splinters of the wood.
You're certainly welcome to do so. You can gather as much as your little arms can carry.
And Jacques was said BRB. He is back.
Yes.
Amazing. Yeah. Jacques, you should talk to these people about their city and how to secure it. Since I'm just a innkeeper and won't know anything about that. Jacques, you're on mute on your main mic.
Yeah, that's correct. Yep. He was kind of already headed that way. I don't know which way you guys were walking, but he was headed to the Krusty Krab. Or Yeah, that's probably where he would head, because I think that's where he said Becklin was.
And Kane is right behind.
You were told that they had settled in for the night, so you would presume that it's likely Becklin would have gone to
the
bed
keep?
at Thornwall.
Well,
Right.
people need to
Okay.
get waked up during emergencies.
Yeah,
Well-
but Becklin's trash. We don't want to talk to Becklin.
Yeah, but in Jacques' eyes, Becklin is kind of like the military commander here, so he would talk to her first.
A big dwarven huff. Okay.
You can go talk to Mayor Raven. That'd probably be faster.
No, I'm gonna go secure boats at the dock.
Boats to the dock. Okay. Kelp, do you want to go talk to Mayor Raven?
Sure. Who wants to go
Perfect.
with me? Going with you?
I'm headed to the keep to talk to Becklin.
Okay.
I figure just the sooner we let everyone know, the faster everyone can get out.
I'll go talk to the mayor. Does anyone want to go with me? All right, I'll go.
I will be in touch when we are done talking to Declan. I'll tell you as you're walking away.
All right.
All right. So the group who is going to visit Becklin up at Thornwall Keep, who will that entail? And actually, if you guys would like, let me
Toss some tokens.
sure that. And we're going to throw you guys on the map up by the river gate.
We're so
Oh,
scared.
Everyone should be there. And your tokens won't all be the same size. I kind of shrunk them down for this map, so pardon that. Petunia is actually bigger than Kelp, which is not accurate, so not to scale, guys.
That's totally fine.
And then, of course, you know that by the village circle is the mayor's house, and it's the biggest house in town, although the noble would, of course, claim his is the horseshoe one. So, Kane and Jacques. In approaching the keep, you can tell there is a single candle that is lit inside on a table just for general ambient light in there. Otherwise, it looks very quiet and closed down. You know that Becklin's room is on the second floor, where the first floor is kind of a library, keep, study area where you guys had first congregated.
As we're walking up to it, I'm gonna point right towards whatever window would be his, and I will send a message.
Oh, that would be hers, sorry.
Oh, her.
All right.
Cool.
All right, definitely within range.
Do not know if they are awake. I'm just gonna start screaming, "Emergency! Emergency!"
All right. You hear a bang upstairs, a shuffling around, and you see a bobbing light coming down the stairs. And to the front door arrives Becklin in a nightie, and she has she's holding a little portable candle thing. She's kind of rubbing her head. She's like, you guys are back. Excellent. Was hoping you'd be back by morning. We're planning on meeting and gathering at the Brass Crab. Is there something afoot here? And then she's kind of getting through the grogginess, like, I thought I heard emergency. Oh, did you yell? And then she starts to run over the table where she has her sword and armor.
Yeah, things are very bad.
There's an army moving in on your position as we speak.
They're camped northwest of here, about an hour ride, I think.
As the crow flies, it would be an hour, but just from the angles and traversing the forest and the canyon, it would probably be a couple.
Okay.
And then two, for it being, if the whole army were to pick up and move, know, it would be a lot longer. But
yeah. Well, it probably wouldn't take a whole
out.
army to take out this place. Maybe 100 dudes.
That being said, you did see scouts, but you didn't. It didn't look like the army at this point was ready for mobilization. But they definitely had scouts active and patrolling, at least in their vicinity.
Yeah, we ran into a scouting party of what they called the Dragon Army, whatever that is. And they said that this direction was going to get a little hot. I'm assuming they're planning on sacking the settlement or such.
She lets out a heavy sigh at that report.
That is what we have reported, or that's what we have found.
This just confirms my fears. There's been rumors for a while of, just weird things going on. You guys found the ambush. I feel like I'm just repeating myself all the time. Nightmares coming to life. Deja vu.
There were 3
now,
dragon men with the scouting party that we found. They tried recruiting us into their army before they left. And if we would have been hostile towards them, they had multiple flanking parties around us, around our camp as well. So there are a lot more than just what we could handle.
She shakes her head and says, I've been thinking about, if it came to the worst, how I would be able to defend the people here. We have to keep them safe. And I don't think that even with the combination of mercenaries Cudgel has left, she'll be back in the morning too. We might find out more of what awaits their fate, but I don't know that it's going to be hard. And she kind of shakes her head and she's like, I don't know how many people would survive a stand here. You're welcome to make an insight check.
Sure, I guess. I'll make an insight check.
Arno's not there, right? I'm clearing the brush and stuff.
Yeah.
You haven't implied being present. So it seems like she's really struggling with her thoughts. You can tell she's not comfortable with just standing and defending this place.
Yeah, well...
Like she's really kind of grasping at straws. But two, you just woke her up in the middle of the night and it's been a rough day, so she's a little foggy.
Yeah.
A little overwhelmed, but...
I believe a guy in our party, Kelp, he's from Calaman, and he said there's a large military fort there as well. It might be wise to... I know there's probably a lot of people still left in the town, but this is a fishing village, so I'm sure there's many boats.
She looks up, kind of with she's like, and I don't want to say it out loud, but you've hit the nail on the head. We've got to get these people out of here.
It's better than a massacre.
She shakes her head and she puts her hand, with her fingers on the bridge of her nose, kind of between her eyes, rubbing out some more sleep. She says, well, I think I'm going to have to start wrapping my head around that. It seems like maybe if we hurry tomorrow and make these preparations, we might be able to make it. She's kind of trailing off. She's more talking to herself than you at this point.
Yeah, that's fine.
She says, why, we're supposed to be talking with Cudgel in the morning. She's supposed to be back. Fingers crossed. I hope nothing bad has befallen her. I think instead of talking tomorrow morning, I think maybe we should be turning our focus from defense to evacuation. And you see her shoulders slump with just having said it out loud now, coming to terms with it. You can tell she knows it's the right answer, but she doesn't like it.
I have a question. Can Arno stop doing like say Arno was clearing the brush for 10 or so minutes? Could he have come to a conclusion and meet up with the rest of the party where Becklin and stuff is?
Can I get an insight check from you real quick?
Yeah, of course. Well, I don't know if it's good enough.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure that you had the foresight to find a shovel instead of just using your hands or your sword for this task.
Oh, I was just gonna use my hands, bro.
Oh, like purposefully? Like, is this a training exercise?
Yeah. I'm just gonna like. He told me to do something, and I just fucking get to it, bud, with my hands. I don't got time to find a fucking shovel. That could have been 5 minutes.
Okay.
I could have been using my fucking hands.
Yeah. And it's effective. A shovel would definitely be more effective and quicker, but you definitely feel more accomplished yourself in so doing. So you don't make a lot of progress. You're able to clear off maybe half of one of the doors.
I could order if there's any like guards around or someone near me. I could ask them to take over. I just came up with a plan, and it's an emergency. I have to report it to Becklin and my group.
Oh, I'm helping.
Militia person by the gate will offer. The one who has the arm in the sling kind of gestures at it and is like, "I'm gonna keep watch."
Yeah, that's fine.
But you get one volunteer.
That's hey, one volunteer is better than none. I thank him, and what's your name? Like Arnold's asking for his name.
And
if you don't have one,
random name generator, go.
No, I have a PDF and it won't. I'm trying to click it to open it, and it's. I tell you what, my technical difficulties the last couple of days here.
Yo, what about Opie Strong Arms?
So he says his name is Erevan.
Damn it!
And that has to be just from your knowledge of just it has a ring to it of Elven. He's wearing a helmet, but when he says his name, you can kind of tell he does have features that are a little more drawn and tight and longer. You couldn't tell his heritage before he spoke his name. His voice is of the local kind of inflection and accent. So most of the people here are human. So your first presumption is that people are human, but
how do I spell his name? Can you say that again?
Yes.
Erevan?
Yes, I can.
Erevan?
That is Erevan.
I'm gonna reach out to like grab forearms with him and shake and Arno Stone.
Yeah, Brunhilde's got it.
Look for me. Keep doing this. I'll have a reward for you. Don't die. And I'm gonna take off.
You are currently taking off. I thought I heard Josh chiming in there. Was there something you had for Abbott?
Emily just asked Josh if she could do a dab with him real quick. So he just walked downstairs to do a dab with her really fast.
Oh, okay. I don't know who Emily is. That's my
sister. That's his
That's
fiance, basically.
Oh, gotcha. Cool.
Easiest way to explain it.
Well, I think we talked about that before, how I have a sister.
Oh, yeah, we did, yeah. But anyway, let me know when I get up to Becklin and all them.
Okay. So meanwhile, with Kane and Jacques, you guys have kind of come to that conclusion. Becklin is leaning toward the gathering tomorrow being more of a focus on evacuation than defense. And in kind of getting there, you hear running footsteps coming up from behind. And in the darkness, as he comes into the light, is your friend Arno. Meanwhile, we have a couple people who are heading over to the mayor's house, or just by yourself?
I think it's just me.
Yeah.
I'm booking it. I'm running.
All right. You have booked it over. On the way, you can tell that a lot of people in the village have made their way back to their houses, and in contrast to before, almost everybody has a porch light on. So it's incredibly well illuminated, and that's just the general fear of things that go bump in the night. Everybody's kind of taken that extra precaution. You notice that while doors here and there may be closed or open, Becklin has a habit of leaving the Thornwall Keep door open if it's not super cold. So, of course, Kane and Jacques didn't have a closed door. But now, every door in town is shut tight with a light on the front eaves or porch if they have one. They can afford such a luxury. That being said, it's well lit as you make your way to the mayor's house, but besides a couple of militia people who are patrolling the village, keeping an eye out, you see nothing or no one of note.
Can I walk up to the mayor's door?
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh?
Just like the others.
Okay. I run up there and start banging on the door.
All right. There's a little bit of a moment of wait, but pretty abruptly, the door is pulled open, and there you see Raven. Her hair is usually pretty well kept down, but right now it's just completely untied in a nice flowy fro, a little bit unkempt. And she looks tired, but alert. She's kind of adjusting her shirt. She has some basic tunics pants that she threw on, and basic shirt. She's kind of adjusting that as she opens the door. Says,
I am horribly out of breath. I'm not the most in shape. I'm horribly out of breath. I go, army, big army, dragon people coming. Now evacuate. Bad. We got tons. We got problems. And I'm just huffing and puffing and trying to get it all out at the same time.
She says, slow down. Take it easy. You said there's an army?
I think like thousands and thousands of people.
Oh my god.
You know the dragon people.
They're headed here?
Sorta. Yeah. They were sorta. I don't know. They were camping. Not walking, camping, but we saw them, and they're coming this. We got to get the people out. This is not good.
Yeah, for the first time, it doesn't sound like Arno's the one. It sounds like you're exaggerating.
She says, you mean evacuate the whole village? And in the morning, I mean, I don't think. She kind of stops. She says, we're going to be talking about defenses in the morning. But you didn't know that there was a whole army nearby.
Can you fight 1,000-person army?
She kind of blows out with a silent, no.
Okay, not an option. Talk to Birkeland. Bad. I'm still breathing heavy because I'm just out of shape.
She says, I mean, do we have to evacuate now, or do we have time to make preparations?
I don't know. This is not my choice. You're the mayor.
She looks behind her in the house, and then she says, "All right, why don't you take me up to the keep? We'll see what Becklin thinks."
All right, we have to run. And I grab the hand and I start running.
All right. She's like, "Wait, and she starts taking off, and you realize that she doesn't have shoes on, but she's running with you.
Okay. All right. We're running back to the keep.
Okay. So Arno is going to get there just a little bit before you. In the meanwhile, we've got Brunhilde has made her way down to the wharf.
Yeah.
And just like the rest of the village, as you saw, pretty well illuminated. When you get down to the wharf, there are actually some people awake here. Mostly the elderly sailors, retired people, who just after a long day, they're still kicking back. They're actually drinking. They're not having festivities, but they're sharing drinks together. Scattered little kind of pockets, like a couple close friends here and there, talking, having a drink. You'll get nods in passing, but nobody tries to approach you or interfere with you. And you make it down there without being impeded.
On my way down, I'd like to gather any stray militia people that I find. And I will have pulled out my Ispin's armband and tied it on. And I don't know, in the name of Ispin, command them to come with me.
Okay. They acknowledge that with a nod. They being a number of extra militiamen equal to a D4 roll.
A D4 roll.
And if you get a 1, add 1 to it. So 2 to 4 will be your range of how many you can grab on your way.
Look at that too.
Got a couple.
All right.
Yo, wait, bro.
What?
In spirit, if I can give you my one single free I want inspiration to do a reroll. I'll do it if the DM will let it for you to reroll that D4, bro. Because we're gonna need every instrument we can get, bro.
This is just
It's
a
up to
couple
you.
of dudes that she's grabbing on the way to the world. I don't know what her intentions are. There are other militia people in town. These are just the ones that were patrolling in general that she's like, hey, come with me. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. That being said, again, you are welcome to do that. I just, it would be up to Brunhilde if what she has in mind would warrant that.
No, we'll play it. We'll play it by roll. So Brunhilde and 2 militia people have arrived at the docks, and there are elderly people drinking early morning.
It's super late at night, actually.
Super late
So
at
they're
night.
just kind of
Okay.
still awake, and they're just, after the day they've had, unable to sleep, trying to wind down, but they don't have responsibilities in the morning. They don't have, most of the guys down here don't have families that they're consoling, so kind of on their own to be like, oh, that sucks about old Jimmy. Got it too, huh? Yeah, didn't see him come back,
Yeah. I'd like to ask the militiamen if they know any of these people and like who are like the most responsible-ish, or most like what's the word I'm looking for? Least gossipy. Integrity. That's what we're looking for. Who has the most integrity of the, if they know these people?
So the two that you've managed to grab kind of have a Lenny and George thing going for them. One of them is shorter, thinner, and is definitely more has more mental aptitude. The other guy, big guy, a little bit slower, doesn't really respond. Kind of keeps picking at his ear and staring off into the water.
Okay.
But
Awesome.
then I'll just call them Lenny and George. So
you got 10 intelligence between the two of them.
I say 14, but that's because one of them is a 4.
Okay. Okay.
So Lenny kind of looks around at those who are present. He's like, yeah, well, I mean, you can definitely trust these guys, but they're gonna gossip as next as much as the next guy. Not a lot for these guys down here to do but that.
Okay. I'd like to assess the docks and find the 2 piers with like the largest and most amount of boats.
So the largest boat is going to be outside of your view from where you're at, but Lenny will tell you that there is a pretty big one down on the southwest dock. In front of you, the most populated one is going to be the one you're not next to, a little ways down on the corner. Lenny says, yeah, a lot of the fishermen too, in the morning we can get them together and bring their boats out of port, pull up their nets. And George says, I got a boat back at my house. I haven't used it in a while. And Lenny says, yeah, there's a lot of people here in town. They've, got something, there's a couple sheds that are holding old boats. Might even be able to emergency repair a couple that are just in the queue to be patched up. No. But you'd have to talk to the guys down here in the morning. I don't know much about that.
Okay. Well, I would like the 2 militiamen to secure the docks, tie ropes across the fronts of them, and then patrol. So no ships go out, only ships come in. So that we have the most amount of ships in dock for when we need to use them.
Lenny's trying to grasp this. So don't leave, but come back. Okay, I'm not going to leave.
Perfect. And make sure you rope off the docks.
He reaches his hand into his pocket and is like, oh, I don't have any rope.
It's a dock. I'm going to find the nearest pile of rope and just jump it in his chest.
There's plenty around. You don't even have to roll, like, of varying quality, thickness, length, all of it. Like, it's
all there.
Whatever you need. This is the rope district for all of your needs.
Perfect.
Let's go.
And he looks pleasantly surprised, like, oh, you found some.
Good. And he can use it to rope off docks. And then I'd like to approach a group of elderly people that are drinking in the night. And...
Well, good evening, miss.
Good evening.
And one of them holds out a flask.
I will accept said flask and take a quick drink.
It is cinnamon schnapps,
Cinnamon schnapps.
or the equivalent here.
I will politely smile and attempt to swallow cinnamon schnapps. Yep, not dwarven beer, but that's all right.
It's
Good.
very potent on the moonshine level. This isn't like a quality branded thing. Like you get a hit. This might have been made in somebody's bathtub / chamber pot.
Amazing.
Yep.
Chamber pot.
Citizens of Vogler.
Mind you, there's like 6 people in earshot. Just letting you know. Okay, cool.
Let me know too when Arno comes up to like Bachlan and all them, so I can discuss my idea. And
Of
I don't
course.
care if it's before or after Brunhilde.
Citizens of Vogler, do you enjoy destruction?
Their response is they kind of hang their heads and they shake them. One of them's like, "This is the shittiest day I've seen here in this village."
Well, do you want to vent some anger? Get it out.
Damn right I do. And he kind
Perfect.
of looks at the other guys with him. He's like, "Don't know what help we might be, but maybe."
Awesome.
Happy to help.
All these stalls down here. I'm assuming the stalls on the map are in the game.
Yeah.
If it's not food, smash it and throw it in the river. By order of the mayor.
So save all the food, but get rid of the fishing gear.
Yeah, smash it all. Throw it in the river. This whole document needs to be clear before morning.
Kind of look at each other like, well, it's been a couple seasons since I had my best arm, and a couple the other guys chuckle. And these are all elderly and retired, so they're you want us to try to all right. Hard labor time. One of them rolls up his sleeves. The one who had handed you the flask puts it into his vest, rolls up his sleeves, and is like, "All right, be good to do something useful here for the town." One of the guys is trying to sneak off quietly.
Yeah. You. What's your name?
Pretends to not hear you.
I am a dwarf. I will yell, you.
And one of the other guys like, "Hey, Ken, where are you going?"
Oh no.
And he kind of turns his head around and slumps back to you. Out of the group assembled here, he is the most disheveled, the most unkempt beard, and in the way that he lumbers back, appears to be the most intoxicated as well.
Perfect. Ken, where are we headed?
I got no part in this.
No part in this. Ken, I'm going to take off my armband and tie it on his arm and look him as seriously as I can in the eyes and say that everyone is counting on you, Ken.
I'm going to definitely need a persuasion check because it's hard to even get his eyes to meet yours. He's avoiding your gaze.
Avoiding my gaze?
Oh, absolutely.
The last person that did this? Uh-oh.
He shakes his head and his hands like, no. I can't get involved. And he tries to turn away and leave again.
Okay, Ken, I'll take you home.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He's kind of no, I got it.
No, we have to make sure that the intoxicated elderly get home safely. I'll help you. Where are we headed?
He grumbles.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm on the west side.
Perfect.
One of the
Ken.
The militia guy who's with you there, George, the smart one, not the big dumb one. He leans in and he says, he actually, there's a few of the guys here in town. We kind of let him, sleep under the rain if he needs to, under a stall or something. He doesn't actually have a house. You tell he's kind of awkwardly being like, Homelessness here in this town is a rare and awkward thing because generally people have what they need. Until this guy is not a team player, doesn't want to conform.
That's no problem. Ken, tell you what, I got a nice spot for you to sleep it off, and then I will stiff arm guide him to my room in the brass crab and put him into bed.
Oh wow! All right. Well, that is going to entail its own thing entirely. Meanwhile, Petunia and Abbott been a little bit quiet. What are you guys doing here in town before we get back to the keep and what's going on there? What have you guys been up to?
I've been sitting here under a tree making more darts and keeping watch at the gate.
Okay. So two things you'll be able to get. One will be a D8 roll on how many darts you can make, and two, you can tell that the gate person has gone and gotten a shovel and has made much better progress than Arno had with his bare hands. Just in the time, that you've been sitting there and watching. And again, it can be because he's more proficient at just being a villager than an adventurer. So you're able to get a few more darts made. Nice quality. And you still have a fair amount of the bone material left.
Can I use an inspiration?
You want to get more? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Feeling the pressure, wanting to be well armed. And this inspiration, instead of being a reroll, this is just going to add on to your 3. Oh, wow.
Let's go.
Nice. So you looked at the progress you had of a few and you're like, I don't need to be so fancy. I need these to be more functional for what's coming up. And so you kind of change your approach on how you're carving them and really start knocking them out. Deadly effective. But then you have a few that you took a little bit more time on. So they're a little prettier, if that matters at all to Petunia. These ones are definitely a little more basic and functional.
Excellent.
And Abbott, what are you up to as the night hours of Augular slowly pass by? Or is Josh still taking dabs? Arno, can you confirm?
No,
Okay.
You said both my rolls were added together?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
You got a nice stack going there.
There's got to be people like no one like gives a shit about, like old and stuff, and maybe like sick people or the homeless or just those random assorted people that no one's gonna be like, yo, you should clear out because they're either not related or they're
So you're kind of wanting to
town or
follow
whatever.
up with like the stragglers or the ones who are without families and
Yeah,
stuff.
just all the places where it's like seems like it, I don't know, could have like that sort of type. Maybe they have like an area where the elderly go and retire to in the town or the like. But yeah, I'm just gonna be collecting all the random people and pets.
Okay.
Well, just because those sorts of things get left behind.
They certainly do, often. It looks like here in Vogler they've done a pretty good job in your absence of making sure people are gathered and taken care of. In your observation, you don't see any stragglers in town, besides a cat that, when it sees you, it bounds back off behind a building. So in the shadows, you're not even able to make out colors. But in your way around, when you make it over to the far side, northwest part of the village where the squirrel races had taken place, you see the town drunk who you had encountered earlier. And he is standing with his back to you, just looking off into the water there.
How's it going?
Says, took you long enough. Been waiting for you. You notice his
What?
voice is clear. It doesn't have the timbre that it had. It doesn't have the slur, and he's also standing with a full posture. He doesn't have the hunch where he kind of leaned to one side, standing full and speaking coherently, which is not what you're used to with him.
What you were you expecting me?
Kind of raises an eyebrow. You get a little sense. Feel like, hey, wait a minute. I've seen this guy before. He says, you've spent some time here, some of the people you've encountered. I need to know, what do you think of Cain and Kelp?
Like personally? I think I don't know much about Kane. We just kind of met, but he seems well intentioned enough. Kelp is, well, is deeply strange in some sort of way that I'm not sure about, but he's definitely a well-meaning strange, and that's always a really good thing.
Says, all right. From underneath one of his sleeves, he pulls forth a scroll. I need you to give this to them, and they need to deliver it in Calaman. Don't give it to him tonight or tomorrow. Wait a couple days till you get there. And then he kind of looks over with an eyebrow and is like, shouldn't have said that. He does say that out loud.
No, I can do that. What you look well.
Says, yeah, this. And with an arm, he grabs onto the sleeve and pulls, and kind of like tearaway pants, he removes the disheveled robes, the rags that he was wearing. And under that guise, you see that he is the wizard who brought yourself and Arno to this plane. He says, things are picking up. He looks over his shoulder. Be strong. These people are going to need you. Make sure.
Oh, make sure.
Sorry. Sorry, my headphones are cutting out. Sorry. Make sure that this scroll makes it to Wyhan and Calaman. Absolutely do not let them open the scroll, but make sure that it is Cain and Kelp together who deliver it. I'll leave it to you to convince them, but it must be done. And he kind of looks at you with a raised eyebrow, making sure
How
that
do I
you understand as he's holding out that scroll.
How do I spell those? Just out of curiosity.
That is Wyhan.
Is this conversation happening where Abbott is right now?
Yes, it is on the northwest part of the village. Kind of doing a ping there, but it's where the squirrel races were held the day before. Just kind of on the cliffside, overlooking the water.
Okay.
And so, with that, you get a nod. And the wizard lifts his arm up, swishes his arm. Familiar portal opens, and he steps through, and he is gone.
Do black tentacles grab him this time?
Nope. It appears whatever had befallen him before must have dealt with it. But yeah, this time, good call. He's able to travel the portal of his own will.
Is that the homeless man I threw the brick through that window with?
Yes.
Huh. He must have good judgment. I like this wizard.
All right. And so, where would you head off from the cliffside here after that encounter?
Gee, I don't really know. I think the next thing I would want to make sure about is just if we're going to be using fire anywhere, that it's not going to travel, so clear any debris and stuff in the, well, literal line of fire and all that sort of thing.
You're just kind of assessing the general state of town as you meander back?
Yeah, just kind of meeting everyone else.
Alrighty. So back at Thornwall Keep, Arno has arrived on Kane and Jacques, who were talking with Becklin at the front door in her nightie. And yeah, she looks like she has some relief that someone else was able to kind of confirm the best move is to evacuate. And in the distance, you can see the light of a candle kind of bobbing, flickering through the woods, as opposed to the stationary lights. Whoever's moving in that distance is on their way to you, but hasn't yet made it.
You said Arno reaches them?
Yep. Arno has arrived.
Okay. Arno arrives out of breath. Becklin, Jock, everybody just came to my attention that I might have an idea to help give us a little extra time to evacuate the village. And the idea I have is there like a map anywhere that we can see of the village to see the layout, like the one that we have in front of us on screen?
Becklin kind of nods her head and waves her arm inside, and she looks through a little basket that has a few scrolls sticking out of it, and she grabs a smaller one out. She says, this isn't going to have the improvements made to the fishbowl, but besides that, it's pretty accurate.
Well, I'm going to draw my finger along the map right there, or if we don't have enough, or right here, 2.0, so you can see.
You're talking about the purple line that is drawn.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
My idea is that if we could use who we have in the town and gather all the oil we have and possibly create like a line to create a wall of fire just in case the army reaches us before we're fully done evacuating, we could have people on standby. I wouldn't mind doing this myself. I volunteer myself to shoot like fire arrows or something at the oil to block them from progressing, or only let a few of them progress and then block off the rest of the army so we can slaughter the few that get in and wither them down a little bit and then make our escape.
She kind of tilts her head. She says, it may behoove us to consider both defensive and evacuation options. If they haven't moved yet, we can cross our fingers that we can move quicker than they do, but
I always feel that it's good to be prepared because no one knows if they've moved yet or not. We know the size of their army and that it'll easily take over the village, but this is the only idea that I have that I can contribute towards evacuation. I don't want to see innocent people get slaughtered and murdered.
She says, yeah, if you're wanting to do that, you certainly may. I imagine you guys are all going to want to get some sleep before the morning, just in case things escalate. She kind of puts her finger on her chin, and she's thinking, yeah, down at the docks, you're definitely going to find something. Go to the Warfinger's office. They'll be able to
Normally,
direct you to a storehouse in the morning. I think we've got enough that could cover that range. We might have to get creative in stretching it out. And then she kind of stops for a minute. She says, especially on the cliffs, I don't know about creating a fire right through the middle of town there, until she's lost in thought, going through kind of her strategic things, balancing stuff.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know how much oil we have, so I'm just saying if we have enough oil to cover such a distance, awesome. But if we don't have enough, sometimes we need to destroy the things that we built and that are precious to us in order to see everyone escape safely. We can always evacuate, do a tactical retreat, and regroup with a bigger army and come back and take Vogler back. And I'm totally down to help rebuild.
She sighs and puts both of her hands down on the table. I hate that it's come to this. I never thought I would see it. And she looks at you. I'm sure glad you guys are all here. To have you helping defend the village or aid in evacuation. Both if it comes to it. I'm just very thankful that I'm not in this alone. With that, there are some footsteps that come running up the hill toward the keep, where Kelp and Mare Raven have arrived. Mare Raven, you've usually seen her being very orderly, hair braided down, but she's in her nighttime sleepy clothes, hair in a kind of a like lopsided afro a little bit, like she was sleeping on one side. She runs up, gives a nod to everybody, but just kind of passes by and goes right up to Becklin. So what are we dealing with? And Becklin gestures her hand, a little bit kind of lazily, a little bit heavy. I don't like what we're dealing with here. She kind of stands up, cracks her back. Apparently there's an army nearby.
I'm going to inform Becklin too. I understand that we all should probably get rest, but I'm going to sacrifice my night's sleep and push myself to work all throughout the night until the morning to get as much preparations done so everyone can evacuate safely.
All right. Well, given that, I will have a fun time looking into what exhaustion rules are, just in case you're affected.
Oh, yeah.
It's very rare that I get to dive into that, so that's cool. And,
I
want to
get
make sure
it.
I
I get it.
I want to make sure I have the details down for you. That said, you're not there yet, so maybe you'll take a nap somewhere. I don't want to get too presumptuous. Go ahead.
On the terms of exhaustion, I would be interested in trying the new rules of exhaustion because I think they make way more sense than what 5e currently has.
You're talking about the D&D one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's way easier to remember too.
Yeah, totally cool with that. And that being a side note too, there are other stuff from one that, I mean, if they're going to be switching over to that, we may collectively want to embrace more of that stuff moving forward and along. I know they're still working it out and stuff. I was just talking with somebody, was it, I don't know, maybe it was Ray in the other game, but they've changed like Divine Smite where you can do it at range, but there's like another nerf to it, and I don't remember exactly what that nerf is, but...
Yeah, you can only do it once per turn. Or no, once per round.
Okay, and I didn't think that was too terrible. Like, I thought that was a fair trade, but I don't know. I don't play a Paladin in 5e. I haven't yet. It was 3rd edition the last time I did, so...
Yeah.
I don't know, like, if that really matters or not. It was, like, cool. Like, what I heard was can do it at range, not the limitation on how often. Like, I don't know. That's what piqued my interest. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, we can... if that's a group consensus, we can definitely start implementing that stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. I'm down. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I always like trying new things, you know?
And for those of you who don't know, exhaustion in 1 D&D is just like, if you have 1 level of exhaustion, you take -1 to all of your rolls that you make.
Oh, that's way better. I would way rather have that than disadvantage to my fucking ability checks.
And then if you
Yeah, I
have
agree.
2 levels of exhaustion, it's just -2, and so on and so forth. Until you
okay.
get to 7, and then once you hit 7, you die, or something like that.
It's interesting that they don't go exponential with it. Like I would have gone like 1, 2, 4, 8 or something like that, rather than 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I would have made it like when you're getting really exhausted, it's really bad. That's just me though. I'm cool with rolling with that, pun intended.
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah.
It's just something I figured I'd suggest.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
So yeah, Arno has
Shock.
proposed staying up all night and making preparations for defense, while Becklin and Raven kind of open to hear Kane and Jacques, even Arno if he has more to offer there.
If there's any soldiers or anyone that are willing to assist me in this, or any of my companions who are willing to push themselves throughout the night, I would appreciate the assistance. It's for the greater good.
I will be of more use if I can get a rest in, so I can deal with any casualties or injuries that might happen tomorrow.
Becklin,
I get
in
that.
response to Kane saying that, Becklin kind of tilts her head and is, really, son, it seems like we have time to rest. You shouldn't push yourself. Not if we're going to need that arm to defend the villagers. And you can tell she has a look of concern on her face. Like she's kind of like, no, really, like you should take one for yourself here. Like, we got this till morning, kind of. She's trying to assure you not to, almost a little bit of like a take it easy. She doesn't say it like that, but that's the sense you get.
I'll also look at Darrett if Darrett's a part of this meeting and be like, "Are you ready to push yourself and see what it's like to become a man, and and do this all night with me and prepare and make sure we can get people as safe as possible?"
Becklin interjects and says, and takes away that softness of her tone. You can see she immediately gets protective, and she says, "You're welcome to push yourself and risk your life in doing so. I'm not going to let him be so laissez-faire."
Okay, I get that.
Yeah. You can tell she instantly like, do what you want, but don't you dare threaten my Darrett and his well-being.
My bad.
Do we have any outward scouts that are keeping watch?
I've got
Oh,
a couple
and I
people out on the road toward the high hill. They're mostly trying to keep a lookout in case Cudgel comes running back in emergency, but for the most part, I've just got some people making the rounds about town. Got some volunteers to pull the night shift.
Might be smart to have a few people out there in the morning to keep watch while we're preparing and stuff.
Raven nods and says, "Yeah, we had no idea there was an army. It's definitely." And she kind of looks up at Becklin, who's a little bit taller. She's like, "It's sure getting out of hand. But we've got to make sure the people are safe. I don't want to cross swords with any army, especially with the kind that you've described, these strange reptilians." And Becklin kind of says, "Yeah, gonna be
Do you guys
restless sleep." Go ahead.
do you think there's
sorry.
enough boats here for everyone to get across in one trip, or do you think multiple trips are going to be needed?
She considers for a minute. While Becklin is thinking, Raven jumps in. Says, actually, if we're to pull with all the help from the fishermen, maybe I think I've got my old family boat in the water. Haven't used it in a while. I've got an older one. Lots of people here in town have like an old boat in their shed.
Once we
might be a little bit short though. So I haven't honestly had a chance to really account for all the losses we suffered at the hill. One of the things we're going to be taking account of in the morning.
Once we get to Calamam, if we're going to make a second trip to get other people, we can get the boats that are located there. We have connections, my dad does, and we could definitely get a slew of boats to come for the second round if we have time for it.
How far away is Calumet by boat?
How far away is Calumet by boat?
Time-wise, let me look at the big map here. Because it is just like kind of right across the river-ish, but it's a ways east still.
Like,
doesn't look too far.
Get an idea of scale. It really isn't too far at all. I mean,
it's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Being is that, and again, you're going against the flow of the tide, you would get there within the day, a number of hours. And that's like if you're just by yourself in a boat pushing it, you get there pretty quick, within maybe even a couple hours, perhaps, with a real good boat and no distractions. With the amount of people you have to wrangle, probably a bit longer. But it is incredibly nearby. Comfortably. With that discussion, Raven is kind of like, wait. You're talking evacuation? You're sure we can't just keep them safe here? I mean, if the army hasn't moved, and she kind of trails off, and Becklin sighs and shakes her head, and she's like, I haven't wanted to say it. And I thought maybe we might come up with more solutions, but with what they've found tonight, everything going on, it could be our best option if we can manage. Definitely have to consider it.
And you can do stuff like what Arno's doing to slow them down, but I think we gotta get the hell out of here. There are thousands of them everywhere.
Yeah, did it look like they were breaking camp at all or anything like that? Like, was there a detachment getting ready or anything like that?
Not at all. It looked like they were very comfortably settled in. But very active with the scouts, obviously.
Yeah.
In the area around, yeah.
Jacques will also mention that, I'm just now remembering, that, if the scouts were super active and they found our group, I'm sure they've already went and asked Cudgel and her remaining crew if they want to join.
I'll take an insight if you would like. Free insight check there.
Insight check.
So the ones that you encountered, you definitely got the feeling that they were more close proximity of the camp. And they alluded to the west in such a way that it sounded a little bit unfamiliar.
Okay.
So you don't think the ones that you personally encountered have engaged yet. They were alluding to the west and the heat coming and stuff. Like they're eager to partake, but they haven't themselves. Again, that's just kind of an impression you got from the way they were talking about it. You, of course, don't know for sure anything, so.
Jacques' thought line is like, if they're roaming around looking for fighters, then, and they already know of the mercenary band, they might have already gone and approached them to see if the survivors want to join.
Possible.
That's Jacques' thought process.
Yeah.
But another thought is, if Calaman's only a few hours away, why don't some of us boat over there and get a big boat and come back? Because we would get back by the time like mid-morning is happening. And then we could all load up mostly on just one ship.
Raven puts up her hand and she says, "There are so many things to consider, and great suggestions." And Becklin nods and says, "Yeah, we're gonna need a bunch of oil." And Raven kind of raises an eyebrow at her, and kind of sure, but I need rest, and I think we want to have everybody together with fresh eyes in the morning on this. And she looks at Becklin. We still planning to meet at the Brass Crab, hoping that Cudgel's gonna meet us there as well. And Becklin nods and looks at the rest of the group. What do you think is pressing? Is there anything we need to accomplish tonight?
Is like black powder or flash powder a thing in this world?
In fireworks and some artillery is being developed, gnomes are known to tinker with explosive powders, but without like a direct interaction in your background, you wouldn't know. And especially in this world, you personally have not seen any of it. Even during the festivities, just a
I'm not
personal
really
observation. But being is that in the Forgotten Realms, they've got some of that stuff, so you're familiar with the concept. You figure if anyone to ask, it would be Than, the gnome who works on the gnome flinger. Besides that, you don't know necessarily that, unless you're to ask Becklin, who's a soldier, if they're familiar with like artillery or explosives. But Than, being a gnomish inventor, just in your experience from Faerun, those would be the type of people you get an inkling who would know better.
He might be the type of people I should talk to anyway. I've been looking at this cliff to the north, and I'm like, if I were them, that would be a really juicy spot to set up my catapults and longbows and that sort of stuff. So anything we can grab that can hit back at that range, I feel like will be super, super useful.
I mean, we got that gnome flinger.
Yeah.
Launch stuff with that thing.
Things and
if we
people.
need to.
But
I think
Go ahead.
just to answer Raven's question, I think we were already working on the one thing that really needs to get done tonight, and that's close the gate. Just in case, there's some people out there that want to get in. We actually have a way to keep them out.
Certainly. And was Brunhilde heading? She was going to the Brass Crab, right? Not to the keep.
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm that she doesn't step onto the conversation at any juncture there.
No, Brunhilde set Arno up for success with the gate. The ladder's been destroyed. Docks are secured. She's going to take care of Ken and make sure he sleeps it off. If I was a sly invading army paying people off, I would definitely target the less fortunate in a town to betray it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, just wanted to check in there.
Yeah, no, we're putting Ken to bed.
Can I use concentration while sleeping?
No. Unfortunately, no.
I think the only spell that works while you're sleeping is like alarm or something like that. It's like designed for that.
Yeah, and you can, if you did like rune casting, or if you did ritual casting, those kind of things help to adjust certain things.
What were you wanting to do?
to have a flying creature like patrol out front and come warn us if they see someone?
Well, yeah, you have Find Familiar, but yeah, I think you can tell it to go and do whatever and not have to concentrate on it, but then you're relying on an animal's intelligence, but
Yeah, and the duration of the
Yeah.
influence, of course,
Yeah.
slash the summoning itself.
I have animal friendship. That's for 24 hours.
Maybe you could befriend some animals to patrol and then come wake you up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can certainly make the effort. Just keep an eye on duration type things. If you bring in a creature, if it's not like unsummoned into the ether, if you actually draw a creature to you from the forest, if you will, you could then befriend that animal, and your friendship with it over that duration would allow you to have more access. I'm just not sure how long the Find Familiar. If in the flavor of it, if you're summoning it as a construct creature or actually dealing with a live flesh and blood creature, that would make a difference too. Because befriending something that's just going to dissipate into mist in an hour or two, that won't help you, of course, in the long term.
I think Find Familiar lasts until you unsummon it.
Yeah.
So that is an actual permanent familiar in the traditional
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know the intelligence of the familiar.
Because if you want to find familiar, if it's your familiar, then you have a relationship through which you don't have to worry about concentration or time. You just say, "Hey, pet, do the thing for me," and so it shall.
Yeah, that's
But
probably true.
let's look deeper into that. I'm curious.
I can only use Find Familiar instead of Summon Beast. And I would have to use up a wild shape slot.
Oh, you don't actually have Find Familiar. It's
Yeah.
just I see. So
So that would
yeah,
be
that one I think.
the wild companion is what you're referring to then,
Summon Beast is what I can.
as a spell,
Yeah.
as opposed to. So let me see. Summon a spirit that assumes an animal form. And so you cast the Find Familiar spell without material components. You cast the spell in this way, the familiar is a fae instead of a beast, and disappears after a number of hours equal to half your druid level. Okay, so yeah, that one, again, similar, but doesn't accomplish the long term that you're going for. Summon Beast would be a different thing. That would be your druid ability. That we would have to look at the parameters of the spell. And I'm not trying to cast it, I just want the info. And that does have concentration up to an hour.
Can I do like a search of the area to see if I can find a flying creature?
You may.
Like an owl?
It is nighttime. Yeah, I was just going to say. So you'll be limited in how many avians are actually present and accounted for. But you're absolutely able to do that.
I would like to do that.
You may too even have. I'll give you advantage on your investigation if you change your form into a flying creature yourself. Bear in mind, you don't want to turn into food for an owl. So don't make it like a small little Tweety bird, because an owl will just eat you and will be sad. There'll be two funerals in Vogler of important people, not to mention all the slaughter that's happened.
I can't turn into flying yet. I'm not high enough level.
I thought that you had like a raven.
That's only for when I get to that level.
Oh, okay. That was kind of a preemptive thought. So, What I will let you do is you may turn into like a smaller bird thing, but you're not going to be very comfortable flying. It's going to be very awkward, and B, you run the risk of not being able to convince the owl to be your friend. It may consider you lunch. That's if you can even find the owl, of course. So the attempt is a bit of a stretch, but I will certainly let you try to accomplish it. You just know yourself that it could be a little bit dangerous, and you're not as familiar with that territory yet. So it can be your first foray into the skies.
I have a book of flora and fauna. Would she be able to, like, could I assist her with giving her the book? Maybe there's like some bird she doesn't like, isn't coming to mind or whatever. Flip through, see like, oh shit, forgot
Yeah.
starlings are out at night or some shit like that.
I mean,
Absolutely. You certainly may. The only issue with that is the proximity that Abbott may have with Petunia. The last I knew, she was still by the gate under the tree. I don't know that she is left there in her, or if she's gathered with the rest of the party. If she's off to the side, that absolutely would help her if you were clued into her situation. That being said, in your way back, you can take that north road and eventually encounter her and have a conversation. That just hasn't happened yet.
Being a hunter in real life, I would feel like someone who lived in the woods would know that owls eat, like small rodents and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can find injured ones that can't run away as easily, that's even better.
Certainly.
So, Petunia would probably know this, that if she turned into a rabbit, made some squealing noises like a rabbit repeatedly for about 10 minutes, and then turned back into a human and waited there for a little bit, an owl or something would probably show up. That's just, using in-life hunting knowledge to help someone whose character lives in the forest.
If do I have to be? Can I talk to an animal in its own language if I'm in human form? Or half?
Yes. Yes, you can. You have a spell called Speak with Animals or something.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't have to be that animal to speak with them. Yeah, I could do a wild shape into a rabbit and then do the bait.
All right. So what this will require...
Do I know if there's owls in the area?
That is one thing that you're unsure of yet. You haven't personally observed any. They're indigenous to the area, so it's not out of sight to try to draw one in. You just haven't seen one yet. Oh, there she goes. And she's running up into the hills. So that was going to be my follow-up question is, were you doing your attempt there by the gate, by the torchlight and everything, which would have been a deterrent, but Petunia has cleverly left the inhabited area. So what I will need from you is going to be a deception.
You got this.
We're like Anselon's crazy ones, bro.
Hey, nice.
All right. Pretty good roll there. You're making your cries, trying to pretend to be a wounded rabbit. And it's taking a little bit. You kind of feel a little bit silly. You're kind of like, oh, is this even going to work? And then in the distance, you hear kind of a querying hoot. And so you're encouraged to continue. Can I please get another deception roll?
Oh.
All right. So.
Well,
Do I have another inspiration?
I'm pretty sure you had a few.
Yeah, you had a couple that were banked.
Mike, you had like 3 or 4 that were fucking banked, Tommy. I'm fucking over here jealous. Got 1.
I thought I only had 2.
Well, then you only have 2. I don't know how many you have.
Definitely track your inspiration. I do apologize.
Yeah.
I have not. I know that you've had at least a couple of goals, and then you've also had like a couple of epic in-game moments and stuff.
Well, didn't you say you finished one of your goals last time, and that's why you needed to roll some new ones?
Yeah,
she had to roll. You'll have at least 2 at the start of this session. So,
and I used one earlier.
Yeah.
So I want to use another one for this.
Alrighty.
Let's go.
Go for it.
Aw.
Right.
Oh. No, I'm not going to say anything.
You're not going to say anything?
I'm not there to help you or call, like, you know what I mean? Like it'd be metagaming. I'm not trying to. Sometimes part of the game is failing.
Uh-huh.
Yep, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
The best part of the game is failing.
Yeah, because now you're just going to get snatched up by an owl and taken away and get eaten.
Oh, no.
And then dropped 100 foot. That's nothing bad.
Oh.
All right.
Let's keep going. I'm excited.
So
This is getting fun.
I did want to nourish something when I die.
So Arno, a small rabbit lands at your feet. I joke. All right. So with your cries of being hurt, for whatever reason, it seems like you're able to intrigue something in the distance, but it didn't draw closer, and you're not getting any further response. So you are now in the woods as a rabbit, and you're not getting a sense or sight or smell of any creature nearby in your vicinity. Probably scared off other smaller critters that don't want to be thought of as the prey that you're offering yourself as. And you're unable to draw in a predator, alas.
Shucks.
It's a good try.
Yeah. And a good idea, yeah, certainly. Really, it's rare that you're going to only get 2 numbers higher after using your inspiration. So really, the fates have determined it was not right for you. So while the gods are frowning on Petunia, how are things going back at the keep, guys?
Well, okay, so who's going to help Arno? Like, I know some people are going to take a long rest, like people who need to get their spells back, but even the people who get their spells back, could they help out for a little bit to gather the oil around town and whatnot and, like, prepare it before they go take their long rest, while people like myself and who are willing to push themselves, who don't have magic, finish the preparations?
Mm-hmm.
How high are the cliffs above Vogler?
That's a great question. I'm going to say they're probably 2 to 3 stories. I'm just kind of looking at like houses and figuring.
Taller than a building?
Yeah, oh, somebody's measuring the actual drawing itself to get close to 20 foot on that range.
About 20, yeah. Say, yeah.
Higher and lower in some places because it's not like a perfectly even crafted wall, of course.
So anywhere from like over here is like 5 feet. Anywhere from 5 feet. I think right here is the highest at 20.
I would recommend adding on.
I don't know if the distance is exactly right.
Exactly, yeah. The scale of a house compared to... It's definitely going to be more than that. So you're going to want to probably, at the least, maybe double the numbers that you're drawing on your measurement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like using that measurement on the house there, and then in comparison,
at the lowest over here, we'll so 10 feet to 40 feet
at least. There's really no place on the cliff where the tallest party member can reach up and touch the ledge. That cannot happen anywhere. Even jumping, you wouldn't be able to reach it. You'd have to do more.
Perfect. The grappling hook.
So Becklin and Raven are definitely encouraging rest and are definitely ready to meet up with everybody in the Brass Crab in the morning, expecting Cudgel to arrive, hopefully safe and sound as well. But they're kind of lobbying for the regroup in the morning. Arno definitely pushing for nighttime activity. Becklin did say, or Raven let you know, down by the Warfinger's office, when there is somebody there, they'd be able to help direct you to the warehouse in which oil is stored. She herself isn't sure which one, so she doesn't want to send you on a wild goose chase. But there is a warehouse down by the docks that will hold a bunch of oil as such that you are seeking. And it would be stored in barrels. So you'll have to either heft yourself, maybe get a cart that you can load up with a few of them to bring to the gate, as far as how you want to run those out.
Yeah, how many people can I persuade to help me that are like guards and whatnot? Can I roll or anything? Or
there aren't any in your personal vicinity.
Like I wasn't sure. Like sometimes in little council meetings like this, there might be like 4 in the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, there are none here because you just woke up Becklin in the middle of the night.
Okay.
And most everybody in town is sleeping. There are a few who volunteered for night duty and really they weren't anticipating anything going down. It's really for peace of mind of the surviving villagers.
Who didn't want Derek to help? It was Becklin, right?
Yeah, she has already sent him to bed. He is gone upstairs. Just throughout the conversation, you now realize somehow she must have given like a nod or a signal that he go off. So you now realize not even present.
Just to like put it in perspective, like this is my guess. Like I would say that there's maybe like 20 militia dudes for like this entire town, and like probably half of them died in the battle.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Yeah, I would say probably more than 20 that started out. Definitely fewer than that left. Really just kind of a handful here with the village. You know that you'll get more numbers if there are any left with Cudgel's mercenary band, but that's a shot in the dark. You don't know how many are even left back at their camp and if any of them were corrupted either. Cudgel assumes that she has loyalty and will hopefully be bringing back good news. She's a little pissed off when she left, so she didn't elaborate a whole bunch.
Jacques will try and... Well, Jacques will just state his opinion that he thinks that as long as we can shut the gate tonight, that should be fine for 5 hours or whatever until everyone wakes up in the morning.
I am going to just make sure Than is made aware of what's going on.
Than will be sleeping at his house, which is going to be in the northwest over here. One of those houses that were measured. Than lives over kind of by the water, but not directly on it. He doesn't actually himself live at the keep.
Okay. Like, what about you, Kane? Are you good to go? Like, do you have all your necessities?
I would prefer to rest.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, I was gonna make sure he's doing okay and knows what's going on, and then I am heading to bed.
I will help out for a little bit, but I need to get my long rest in.
At this point, with as much has been going on, a long rest will have you waking up in the late morning as opposed to like daybreak. A short rest from this point will bring you pretty much to sunrise-ish.
I think you guys can get the long rest in because I'm pushing myself. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. I'm going to ask a couple guards at the keep or someone to just go wake Than up and bring him here.
There are no guards available at the keep, and and Darrett is sleeping. You could ask one of your companions to go grab him. The closest one would be one of the two guards at the gate, one who is working on clearing it, and the other one with the arm in the sling who's just lookout.
Okay. Hey Arno, if you go that way, can you just make sure you give Than a heads up?
What's his name? The ends? Like the
Than.
fans. Tell fans where.
Than.
Did I meet him?
He's the one who operates the gnome flinger. He's the gnomish.
Oh, yes. Okay. I didn't take huge interest in that, but okay. I got you.
I will do a long sleep where I am.
Okay, so you've come back to town. Are you
Yeah.
no longer a rabbit?
Yeah. I'm human now.
All right.
Or halfling.
Right. That is a wild shape.
Not sure if you knew.
I did not know.
Jock will ask if there's any old shrines to any of the old deities, like Habakkuk, which I think is the Fisher King.
Yeah.
He would assume that maybe there might be one of those old shrines around here somewhere.
Raven says that unfortunately there used to be a shrine just a ways down from the keep, actually, on kind of like this little cliff face up to the north. You see some of those ruined building pieces there. The one furthest to the north is what remains of the temple, and they had used the construction materials from that to refurbish the area of the glass bowl, or the fish bowl rather. And so, BRB.
What is the fish bowl?
Left, that's the place where Derek got you the meat pies. It's more of kind of a dedicated restaurant eatery than where the brass crab is like the tavern and the inn. The fishbowl is a little fancier for dining.
Okay.
Hiring kind of stuff. With that, you do know that down at the wharf there is a small, kind of like a how would I describe it? Not an obelisk, but it's like kind of like a small little pole kind of thing. And there's a symbol to Habakkuk that sailors regularly will touch before they, it's right in front of the dock, so they'll touch it before they head out on a fishing trip or a journey. And it's well worn from all the hands having touched it. Likely would have seen that during the hullabaloo when Petunia was reeling in her fish, or during general things, but it's certainly something that stands out. It is a feature of that area, and people, despite worship of the gods, of course, having fallen out since the cataclysm, it's kind of one of those little superstitious things that people have. Even if they don't think it's actually going to something, it's habitual, ritual, and nice for the placebo feelings.
Yeah, I'm sure even asking that question, I'm going to get some weird looks from them. But yeah, once this whole meeting's done, Jock's going to go to the old temple that is behind the keep there.
And yeah, it's going to be like the bottom section of a wall, and then on the other side, another just piece of a thicker column. It could have been, on a house, it would have been a fireplace. You're not sure what purpose it served in the temple, but it could have still been like an offering or area or something. But that little smaller square is kind of like a stronger foundation built out into the ground that was left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, when everyone goes to break, Shock will head there.
Okay.
And Arno will make his way towards where all this oil barrels are, and also stop by and tell fans what's happening. I'll relay the message that Kane gave to me to give to him.
Thank
Okay.
It was just to get the fuck out of town that we're being attacked, right?
Yeah, just so he's
Okay,
not
making
just
sure.
finding out first thing in the morning.
I got you.
Arno heading out to see Than. Jacques heading north to the leftovers of the temple.
Kane.
Everybody otherwise breaking for rest, if otherwise unmentioned.
I'm sleeping. Yeah, I helped out a little bit
Sleeping
finding
over
oil,
tea
but
there.
I'm going to sleep.
We're already planning on contacting Than in the morning.
It sounded like Arno was going to
I'm
go
going.
wake
Yeah,
him
I'm
up
gonna
now.
go. Yeah, I'm gonna go wake him up now.
Okay, cool.
All right. And then, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just going to just find a cool homeless guy. Find one of the nice spots to sleep in the city. Like,
You
I
do
think
have a room at the inn.
No, that's cool. Like, I'm thinking of disaster movies when they wake up and they're like they're in their hotels already half fallen down and they have to like run out of the burning building, and I'll just skip all that shit. I'll just sleep outside and have a cool homeless guy watch my back.
Oh, okay. Definitely have some relating.
That's funny.
Essentially, as far as anybody who would be like out and about and stuff, you would have to make your way down to the wharf, where there are some elderly gentlemen who are clearing out an area of what was the marketplace, which you will realize upon arrival. You don't know that yet. Besides that, you know from having traveled through the town. Again, you saw a cat and then had your discussion with the wizard. But besides that, people have pretty well cleared out and gone indoors. That being said, you're welcome to find your own clearing to sleep. It's just more difficult to find somebody to watch over you unless you make your way down to the wharf where there are still people awake and at it.
Yeah, no, I'll do that. That works for me. The sound is good to kind of help him sleep. The working din and like overhearing rumors and stuff while he's passing out. So it's a good place to be.
All right. And after getting Ken to bed, is Brunhilde doing anything? Will she be awake in the lobby when people start shuffling in for bed, or is she just making her own peace and going to bed herself? What's she up to?
Once Ken is, nicely snoozing, she's gonna go for a quick stroll and make sure Arno finished up the gate.
All right, heading up north there. So you guys will kind of converge a little bit. Arno, you're going to be making your way toward Than's, and you'll see Brunhilde coming up the street. You guys aren't within speaking distance yet, but you do acknowledge two of you going about the village and kind of almost crossing paths there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
So where are we?
you don't have
where
to
would
speak to each other. You can keep carrying on.
Where would we
Just,
cross paths? Can you ping it on the map?
So Brunhilde is going to be coming up this road here.
Yeah.
From the Brass Crab and then coming up the intersection.
Uh-huh.
And as you get about halfway up that pathway, you're going to see Arno, who is leaving the keep and coming around the forest this way. You'll see Arno crossing in front of you by the river gate, and Petunia is probably sleeping, so she may or may not notice him. But yeah, he's going to be going in a direction toward the road that's going the top way. Unless he turns down the road, you're welcome to. But that's where Brunhilde and Arno will acknowledge each other at a distance.
Everyone already knows that Brunhilde and Arno are best friends. So obviously Arno's going to stop and inform his best friend on the plan he gave to everyone at the keep, that he talked a guard into finishing the job that she wanted me to do, and he did a superb job, amazing. And I have to go inform Thans that an army's on the way, and I have to go round up barrels of oil because we're gonna set a little fire wall / trap to help give us extra time to evacuate if we need it, or we can try and trap, a dozen or two of their soldiers in the city, and if we gotta slaughter them and cut them down before we evacuate while giving everyone else time, that's what we're gonna do. That's what I'm down to do, and I'm gonna do.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
I know. It's I only feel it is my job as a god of war to show these people what I'm capable of,
Okay, perfect.
See?
Well,
everything's gonna work out.
Let you get to doing your God of War plan. I'm gonna pop up here to the gate and see how Arno's hired help has wrapped up here.
So he has actually finished clearing one of the gate doors. He has only cleared it out. He hasn't tried to close it yet, and it looks like he's just he's talking with the guy with the arm in the sling there. He has a shovel in his hand, and they're kind of chatting. Doesn't look like he started the other one, and he's not working on it now. He looks like he's either taking a break or feels it's good enough, but that's what you see.
I'm so mad right now. You just made it out that I lied to Brunhilde. I am so upset right now. Back in character.
He did a really, really good job with one of them. He just hasn't had time, that's all.
Yeah.
I was
It's
only
a
under the
lot to
impression
clear out.
Arno's a simple man. He was only under the impression that only one of them needed to be cleared off anyway. So that might have been miscommunication between me and him.
He's a simple god of war.
It's my fault. I didn't say he's a master at life. He's good at battle, and he's decent at war.
Here you go.
Absolutely.
Can only be a man of greatness of so many things. The next thing he's gonna accomplish is painting.
Oh my gosh.
So one of Brunhilde's what I'm looking for here. Perfect. One of Brunhilde's personality traits is she is rude to people who lack her commitment to hard work.
Yes.
So she's going to enter rage and attempt to shut the gate door, and then finish the job that somebody else was supposed to do before she goes to bed.
So, what I would like first is a
do I see this?
Check with advantage.
Can I see this? Do I notice this before I run too far away?
So you will have started making your way down the road, and I don't know how Brunhilde expresses her rage, if she yells and then goes into form, if she says it's morphin' time.
Really loud slam as a gate door shuts.
Okay.
So, with that being cleared, again, it's still been out of use for a while. Can I get a strength check from Brunhilde, with advantage, of course, because of your rage?
Because you're a monster.
I add what to it?
It's just your strength.
Just strength. Well, since I'm raging, I don't get to add something?
Yeah, advantage.
No, you get advantage.
Oh, I just get advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So it kind of all happens in a swoop, that the rage happens, the slamming of the gate happens. But Arno, you absolutely hear a clatter. You're not able to respond before Brunhilde acts, but right away you hear the banging, the rattling at the gates there. Brunhilde, you feel a resistance. You know that there's years of rain and just general sediment buildup here. So without your awesome rage, you question you may not have been able to swing that closed with such an easy effort, but you make it look easy, as if it should. Force through breaking off rust, and it feels like, for what it's worth, these gates were well constructed, and that it functions properly when force is applied.
Perfect. She's going to address Gimpy to go get some oil to hinge the other gate and snatch. I guess he's just leaning on a shovel.
Yep.
Yeah, she's going to snatch it out of his hand and just furiously get to clearing the other gate.
Please still be there when Arno comes back with people and wagons of oil, so I make you happy and get out of your grudge book a second time.
So Arno, how would you like to wake up Than?
Well, when I reach his building, I'm gonna try to listen in to see if I hear anything going on before I knock or yell up to his window or anything.
Okay. And real quick, I just want to mention to Petunia, because she had BRB'd, now that you're back, you've just been woken up by something happening at the gate. Lots of banging, either yelling or grumbling. That's up for Brunhilde to kind of define there, but definitely huge smashing noises going on at the gate that have woken you up there. Abbott, I see your token there, but you were actually going to be sleeping down by the wharf.
Some shit's happening.
Yeah. Just wanted to add that now that she's back.
We got attacked?
No. Well, you don't know. You just got woken up by loud noises.
Okay.
Just letting you know that you've been startled awake there. Loud noises at the gate.
So I'm not getting my long rest.
Oh, you will. It's just been interrupted here.
Okay.
You're too close for that not to affect you.
Okay.
And with that, yeah. So Arno, Than's house, like the others in the village, his door is shut. There's a lantern hanging out front that is lit. You don't see any lights on the inside. There's one window on the back side, on the left side, if you're looking at his house.
Is his door unlocked? Can I try to gently open his door so I'm not crashing in like a burglar?
Door is unlocked.
I'm gonna creak it open and then just poke my face in and go, "Fans, are you awake? Fans, it's an emergency!" And kind of like speak calmly but still like loudly to let him know it's urgent.
You're kind of what the hell? Well, who's there? What's going on? You hear the sound. You have dark vision.
Yes, I do.
So this is a single room. It doesn't have any separated rooms, so it's like kind of a big loft area, if you will.
Okay.
So you can see back against the wall, away from where you are, there's a figure, a rustling of blankets, and then hair disheveled, a gnome. You see that he's pulled a dagger and is slinking toward you. He's like, oh, it's you. What do you want?
It is me. I'm here to let you know that there is a army on the way to try to take over Volgar. It's roughly it's a lot of people strong.
Wonderful.
So I thought it was important, and I was asked to wake you up to let you know what's happening so you're not waking up tomorrow not aware of the situation, so you can prepare yourself. I have to go fetch barrels of oil and bring them up to the gate, and I have to find people to help me with my plan to give us more time to evacuate if needed.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Have a good night, sir. Kane said hello, and he's the one who sent me. I love you, good night, and Arno just takes off.
Right. So the last thing you do see, so he's a little like, abrasive there. As soon as you say, hey, Kane sent me, he's like, oh, well, okay. You see, he's much better. Just mentioning Kane's name, he's like, oh, okay. Well, if it came from him.
Okay.
But he's going to go back to bed.
Arno's just in a rush because he wants to please Brunhilde right now because I think I've upset him, you know what I'm saying? Made him angry.
Or her.
Yeah, I made her angry. Not good.
All right. So Arno now will be heading south to the wharf to attempt to gather up oil supplies. Brunhilde, you're having a pretty easy time of clearing stuff at the gate. You're using a shovel and you're raging, and really in short order. So on the other side, where he did well to kind of maintain like the road itself and still kind of keep it presentable, you're just chopping into it, hacking in, so you're going deeper than you need to and just really clearing it out. So definitely messier on the east side gate, but effective,
Perfect.
getting it cleared out with great progress.